blessing that time and the efforts I read. The brothers give me the fear, the promise from them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Clear body, so I make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now, cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts like connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from there. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Go down. Go down. Where you from? Yeah. On the There's metal bloody guy just saw you in Park Village. And you left. Go down.
Well, so folks, what a way to say the pleasant good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of the Sktv show from Fat Today is the 27th day in the 6th month. Gradually, we are winding down. And I know about some of you who have your own quote unquote, maybe you have your resolution, or you have so many things that maybe you may have put on the decks of our Lord. You know, because some of us we complain too much to God. Oh, Father God, help me with this. Oh, you have all of these things, you know, on the docket. And sometimes they look at all it. Look, because this life, if in fact on this life, some of you don't even know, we are almost 8 billion people. 8 billion. You won't know, but you get money. 700 plus, maybe millions or billions or thousands of requests, right? Sometimes people just look at you and say, but they want to, you already get food. Then, for example, you already get food. You get everything. You get car. You get horse. You get place to sleep. Then you still calling for more. No, let me forget about you and focus on someone else who not even having food. They don't even get food to eat. Let me focus on that person. That's why some of you, your prayer request has not been answered. Because you get everything. But you know one thing you're lacking and that you want. You know, sometimes the reason why you are not getting some of these things that you want, it's very simple. The way you treat people. Some of you insult people. Well, I mean, you just better. You insulting. Even little child come to you to say hello, you insult them. Somebody come to you to even greet you. It's like you are in hell. You are better. But you want for God, our Father, the just God, to come and please you. You wasting your own time. Good evening, folks. Let's share the show. Today is Friday. The team already here, no time to waste. Aliu here and Mr. Doe already here. So let me bring them on quickly and say good evening. And also our Senate reporter will also join us on this Friday edition of the Sktv show, Koris Kanga, who are assigned at the House of Senate, will also be here this evening to also be part of the Friday discussion. And Steve Bully, Mr. Connor, and the rest of the team will be here. Monk already doing share, like, and comment. So Monk will be here very, very soon. Also on this platform. Friday will be hot. Sometimes they can say today will be hot, but I think Friday will be hot because we'll also be having our Senate reporter. And I know most of the questions will be going to him because so many things to talk about. You know, people been asking questions about some of the things happening in the upper house. You know, because there are some bills that have been passed, and some the future saw some they've put I don't know, tournament or so forth. But again, folks, let's share the show. Mr. Dollar said you're laughing. Mr. Dollar yesterday, you never been laughing, Mr. Dollar. Look, Mr. Dollar, you came as spirit yesterday. Let me be fake before I allow you to talk. Mr. Dollar said all of the callers, they are not encouraging. Look, Mr. Dollar, when he said that yesterday, when I went home, I was like, so that means all of our efforts are just going vain. And you're right, Mr. Dollar, because nothing they do. Everything they do here, everything they say here, everything they talk about here is politics. But they want us to come and make them feel that, in fact, you know, anyway, no problem. Mr. Dollar, unmute yourself. I know you're talking, but I'm not getting you unmute yourself.
Yeah,
good evening for you.
I'm here, fellow. Neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Dollar. Go ahead. Good evening to you. Everything.
Everything going quiet, mate. Everything going quiet tonight.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that everything will be hot. And that gentleman from the upper house.
From the House of Senate?
Yeah, from the House of Senate. Actually, I got a few questions for him. I'm so eager to see him tonight and debunk him.
Oh yeah. No, Mr. Dollar, beg you, please. Mr. Dollar, please, beg you. Well, that's good, Mr. Dollar. Thank you so much. But Ali, good evening.
Good afternoon, Maybong, or good afternoon, Mr. Dollar. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Mama Liberia, this is Ali Masadi, Baltimore, Maryland. Glad to be here this afternoon.
Wonderful. So we're trying to bring on our Senate reporter, Koris Kanga. The team they are setting up to bring him on. So he will join us very, very soon. But again, Brother Aliu, so many things to talk about, especially all of the attention have been given to the people of Grand Jere County, to be specific, in Zwedru, where there are a lot of happenings and our people, they are now at least celebrating the homegoing of their sons and other daughter. And today, hopefully today, all will be climax. I think as we speak, maybe the burial ceremony, or in fact the burial ceremony may maybe complete or maybe still ongoing. But as far as we are concerned, so many attention have been given to the people of Grand County. And I don't know what caught your attention during the day and so forth that you want to tell us about quickly.
Oh yeah, Mayborn, I followed that issue in Grand but what really caught my attention, I came across a video, or that video, or this thing when we talking about our sister, them, they had to be very careful. I came across a video, and this video, it was done by Kwame Opa Weeks. There's a lady who was in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship. Her husband always beating on her, and this has led to her death today. Yes, her husband beat on her when she was 4 months pregnant, and they took her to hospital. She was in hospital up to 7 months of her pregnancy. They had to do surgery on her, took the baby, put it in a bottle, and she continued being in that relationship. They separated them, they went apart, and the men were renting place for her. Later on, the men came back again. They say, oh, the pastor talked to them, this and that, for the sake of the children, and what have you. And that man beat on her again quite recently. They took her to the hospital, and she had died. Her blood ran in her brain, this and that, all kind of things. I sent a video to you, sir, on WhatsApp, but probably you've been busy, you didn't see it. So, my brother, these are some of the things we continue saying. If you are in a toxic relationship, my sister, don't be with a man that will be beating on you, kicking you, butting you, chasing you, and you say you want to be there for the sake of children. There is nothing in marriage called for the sake of the children. Today, she's dead and gone. What become of these children? You see, men, don't be in any relationship with a disrespectful wife who will not give you one respect. She talk to you anyhow she feel like, and you are there, you say, oh yeah, she and myself, we get children, and you going through all those insults and things. I always tell people, for me, the kind of work I do, the kind of client we pay attention to, my mental health is more important than any other thing. So I don't allow anything that will bring problem to my mental health. So today, that lady, she's dead and gone because she was in an abusive relationship. You were a man that people fail to treat him. He abusive, beating on women all the time. Your parents, they didn't treat him, they fail on him. Why are you doing in that kind of relationship for the sake of the children? You a woman who a parent treat her, she refused to be treated. She's very rude and arrogant. She doesn't respect a man. Why are you doing with that kind of woman as a man? So, really, I've been following what happened in Grand Gita, but when I saw that story today, it just broke me down for the rest of the day today. People who are in relationship, they are going through disrespect, humiliation, abuse, and they say I will be in a relationship for the sake of my children. There is nothing in marriage called for the sake of my children. So that one of the things that really caught my attention today, I saw on social media.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. Sometime we'll come here to talk about these things. People want to put maybe their own personal feelings into these things, but these things affect all of us as people, be it whether you are male or female, all of these things affect us. So that's why when we come here, we want to talk about, these social issues. Because I told one other lady last night, she called me and I get that she followed me. Oh, maybe I think when you come on, you just go straight up. I said, no. After all of the talking that Mayborn will do, I will go back home. All of the people that will come on the show after talking, they'll go back home. Even the football player will also go back home after playing football. So social issues, there are issues that you don't easily, take away from your life. So that's why when we come here, we want to educate people, we want to talk about the social issue that are affecting all of us. And that's true. My brother, they just said that. There are a lot of our brothers who think that they can only make friends, but they don't want the lady to make friends. So by the time the woman make friends, they want to beat on her, they want to control her, they want to do everything, and that's just so terrible. That's bad. But again, that's something that we find ourselves in, that when you talk these things, people get angry. And yeah, Steve, good evening, my dear brother. Even though today's Friday, it's going to be around soon, but I don't know where were you. Maybe you are someone that want to get with a chairman business, social chairman attitude.
Yeah, Melbourne. Thank you, folks. Good afternoon, good evening. Yes, I was in. I know Monk called me. Monk, I'm sorry, I missed your call. You know, I had called you earlier, but folks, sorry for the lateness. I got caught up in traffic. But Melbourne, we are here. You know, it's a good Friday. Thank God for life. It's good to be alive. I'm grateful for life. I'm thankful for everything. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, and the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. I came on the show, you talking social issue. Sorry, I wasn't following, but I heard you using the word women make friends. My man, be clear with your statement. I start using the word friends. A woman looking for another man, say woman trying to get another man. That be clear on it. Start using the word friend. People don't mess, people don't sleep with a friend, they don't get emotional attached to the friends. If you do, then I mean you're not in the friend zone. So start using funny word. Tell the thing, don't be afraid, you deacon. And
I come in, Chairman. The point here is, Chairman, not be friend, right? There are a lot of us men. We like to be friends with females.
Start saying friend. I want to hear the friend thing. Say looking for a woman.
No, that be friend. Bro. There are some females, sometimes you and them, you can be best of friends. I agree. Sometimes when the friendship go beyond control, there are so many things happen. I agree with you, which of course I will not take away from the friendship. So then there are some friendship, like for example, Steve, you are downhearted. You live on your home, and that female of yours that's so close to you, who and you can, be like brother and sister, and call you and say, come, I know what's going on. Come and let's be together. Let's chill together. Want to hold you, on our arm and so forth. You want to comfort you so you can commit suicide. Because mind you, most of us men, we commit suicide. So if that attention is not giving us, if that care is not giving us, we may likely take away our lives. And that's the fact, my brother. But go ahead.
My man, you making the thing to look funny. All the friend thing you're talking about, at the end of the day, lead that story. Let's just be clear with the issue. Friend are friend. If there's somebody who you want get involved with, let me say this to all the women on here. When a man told you before that he wanted you, and you say you want him, and you want to be best friend with him, my sister, just so you know, that man still want you. We don't change our minds as men. The thing we want. Just start with it, funny thing. We stay waiting the day the opportunity come there. We'll make sure we sleep with you or we'll mess around with you. Forget about that thing what baby won't talk. Oh, your friend won't hold you. Your friend won't do this. Go look for a therapist. Go look for a counselor. That's what you need to be doing. Stop wasting your time with, the man can't hold you, so your woman so get problem. You go to another man, and another man be holding her. You think what that man holding you for? But yeah, he telling you to get involved with you. Leave that story. Don't bring that funny story. And the problem I get with you, Melbourne, you let her act diplomatic, playing so act diplomatic. We want Paul to eat chicken. That's what we're based on. Forget about that other extra story then. Leave that story. If somebody that your brother or you're related, that's a different thing. Me personally, I ain't got time. Oh, that my friend can let me hug you. Let me do that one. We are friend. No hugging thing and no the funny thing. Without meeting, no funny space. Me and you, we are friend. We are friend. That will be Lance. That will be June. I come into your hall 11, 12 o'clock and then go lay down your bed as a friend talking about, oh, you my friend. Let's just lay down. You crazy? Me, you will be on that level. A human being, I can react. So we're not going to do that. So maybe we'll leave that fake thing, get to the issue, and let's get serious. That's all me I wanted to say. Yeah, I know you're afraid to talk certain things, but we can tell the truth. So leave that friend thing. Leave that friend thing. Maybe that dream Mr. Dollar then time back in the day, that friend thing used to happen. In our own time, no friend thing happening. Leave that story. Like the friend inside can be what they call your wife or your girlfriend, your woman on the cover, talking about my friend. You what thing?
So the reason why more men are committing suicide quickly before the other team come on, let me tell you today, from my own observation, is that most of us men, we are only attached to only our partner, and we don't have any kind of friend out there that will give us hope, even when we are giving up. And that's the fact. Especially those of us who are perfect. It's not easy to have a perfect man who don't easily cheat. And that man is committed. Let me just use the word committed. That man is committed to his relationship until even to the extent that he had to kneel down. Even if that lady is denying him of social pleasure, he will kneel down, beg that lady for a one ride though. You imagine though, he will kneel down. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying.
Like other men are serious. That's
First of all, no man should be needing that begging for the
what I'm a need that to you for wedding. I should need that to you for wedding.
Even if I
want my wife, I can't go need that to you because you're my wife. I want you, so I should need that. What is that? That's a complete foolishness.
Let me ask Mayborn and Steve this question here. What's the guarantees of a relationship?
That's a very good question, Mr. Dollar. Let me say this. In my experience and in life, I don't believe anything is guaranteed. I don't believe relationships are guaranteed. However, I believe people can work towards maintaining, sustaining, and keeping a relationship, but it's still not guaranteed because at the end of the day, people have rights to make decisions, to walk away. People have rights to make decisions, to say, I don't feel the way I felt, or I don't feel the way, I felt about you, I want to be with you. People have that right. Maybe I think we got a guest in the back. I don't know if we can bring the guest on to participate in the conversation. Yeah, because the guest is looking like he's socially isolated. Why you isolated guest? So
it's one of our colleagues.
Yeah, Mayborn.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Dollar. I'm getting you. Because if I'm the other person here, I want to be fair enough. Because there are a lot of people who need them.
Yes, he have said that what he believes in relationship. He said there's no guarantee in relationship. What say you?
Good. Actually, I concur with him because sometimes people think that by getting married, that means all is guaranteed, or that means you own a person or the person who you know. For me, Mr. Dollar, I see social life as a life of one-on-one contribution. You gave me, I gave you, we come together and make that a connection and what God put between man and woman that we produce. And after production, the next thing is to take care of what we have already produced, and we should be able to give to each other in making life better. But for me, nothing that guaranteed to say, oh, you love me, or I love you. So much committed suicide. In this week alone, 2 suicides.
Thank you. Brazilian mom, can you help us?
Yes, sir.
Can you help us?
Well, before I can come in, let me just remind the audience, another day to be on Sktv. Today is Friday. You know what we do on Sktv traditionally. The numbers are there, and we are here to rock and roll. But Mr. Dollar, just to respond to your question, I think Steve gave a perfect answer. There is no such thing as a guarantee in life as a whole, not only relationship, but there are certain things that can increase the probability of the relationship lasting. And we live in a different dispensation, especially for you guys, the old hands. You guys were able to maintain your marriages for decades, as opposed to this present day reality, the social media generation, the Generation Z and the Generation Y. Now we got so many things going on. But like Steve said, there are so many things, whether it's communication, it's about trust, it's about conflict resolution, honesty. You can name them. There are a whole bunch of things that will increase the probability of your relationship lasting, because that's the whole idea of relationship. You want to grow old together. You want to build a family together. But if you're not disciplined, if you don't come up with that whole idea of being open, of learning and improving and deciding, because it's a choice. It's a matter of choice. You won't find nobody out there that is 100% perfect, but you will be able to work with people in their imperfection. That's what relationship is. My wife or my husband is not perfect, but because I love my husband, I'm committed to the relationship. I will do everything to make sure that the relationship works in order to maintain the family. And that's why it's lacking in today's reality. So I think Steve gave the perfect answer. Nothing is guaranteed, but there are certain steps that you can take that can increase the probability or the possibility that your relationship will last into your old age.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. The guarantee of any relationship is just a simple thing. That is love. When the love goes, no more relationship. You and somebody can stay together for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. The moment the love finish, no more relationship. So that's a guarantee of anything.
Mr. Dollar, quickly, I have a follow-up question to that. Do women really care about love? Because most of the time we just say love, but when you come to love,
the thing that powerful, listen, Mayborn, let me tell you something. You're a religion person. The thing that powerful more than anything on earth is the love. Love can make you to travel from here to Jerusalem to go meet someone. Love can control every single human being. So it's a powerful object. Love. When the love go, finish. No more. So let's go to our topics.
Well, Mr. Dollar, before we go to the topic, let me say something because, you know.
I mean, I let a guest to introduce himself and then we can take it from there, Steve. Let the man, yeah.
No, the men are not guests. They men are not guests. He ain't left social issue because he won't be put in situation again. Yeah, you see the man,
maybe the man want to change to the social issue anyway.
Okay, no problem.
Let him introduce himself.
Yes.
Corey, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I'm not a stranger here. I've been here before, so I'm glad to always come here, listen to your individual analysis on the issue, and I think everybody decided to, you know, to accept Steve's point when it comes to relationship. You know, sometimes it's good to be careful, especially in the relationship issue, how you respond to the issues there. You got bad knowledge about it. You know, there are different mental relationships that people get in, but once you understand how it operates, how it works, your reaction, your response should be in line with something that somebody will say, yes, I think this guy is making a point here, you know, but some of us will still at the back. So it's something good that we listen, you know, listen to, especially Big Brother Maurice Dolly, you know, his experience in relationship, what he been going through. That was there, you know, try to just listen and see how the discussion on the flow. But almost everybody on the platform tonight saying, Steve, yeah, you said the best thing about relationship. So, and then we're gonna get a certificate to Steve. You know, how is that coming for now on that?
Okay, so let me thank you so much. Thank you, Corey. Let me say this to Mr. Dollar's point. You see, Mr. Dollar Monk made a very good point that based on generational changes and times and change in life as a whole, and based on people's experiences, you know, we can't use the same standards or the same way of life from maybe your time in our times, right? Because maybe in your times, you know, the women or the men were more committed, right? They were more focused, they were more agenda driven or so forth, right? But I want to say something because last weekend, something interesting happened. I was somewhere doing a presentation about this same thing about love. And it was interesting how the thing that we term as love, it different for everybody. It different for everybody. What you might term as love, somebody might not term it as love. That's why they got a book. Somebody, because we're getting feedback. The thing that we term as love is different for everyone. That's why there is a book. Maybe you can Google it or look at it on Amazon. They call it love language. That means, in other words, what woman might interpret as love language could be you buying her flower. But your love language could be, don't touch my phone, leave me, let me have my time with my body. That's your own love language. Her own love language is you got to buy her flowers, you got to take her to go eat, you got to buy her roasted feed because she, you know, maybe she eat her hungry most of the time. That's okay. That's her love language. Food, our love language. Giving her money to go do her hair and do her nails, our love language. Your own love language is, please, let me go make time to hang out with my boys then. Let me be also hanging out with my friend then because that's the kind of life I like. Your own love language will be, she wants for you to be to her all day, cooking for her, taking care of the children, and you know, so it varies, right? So we in our training, in our field as psychologists, we try not to use the word love too much. No, we don't want to use that because we don't want to confine people to certain things. So I respect the point that you made, but I believe strongly. Any relationship, nothing is guaranteed. However, I believe in order to sustain, maintain, or keep a relationship, it is critically important that people have common interests, because it is that common interest that people can work towards, which people term as achieving a goal or having something. Maybe your common interest could be making sure that your children go to college and university. Maybe that is your common interest. And so you will compromise to work on different things. Maybe your common interest could be you want to make sure that you hold your religious standard and values to say people can divorce. That is your common interest from a religious standpoint. Maybe another common interest would be our family know each other so traditionally. If we have any problem, we'll carry to the family will call us and we'll resolve it. That common interest. But if we continue this trend of saying that love can keep people, then the question becomes, why if someone is no longer in love? Because that love here too is relative. Why if someone is no longer in love? So, me personally, I cannot use the term love. I think
I won't come in when you don't, Steve. Short, man.
Yeah, I think what that part.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's the first time on Sktv that you and myself on the same page, 100% on almost everything you said. That's why I say when you're making analysis, it's good to look at the generational shift. For senior men methodology, that days were different, right? And like you said, the word love is relative. Love will bring the attraction. Love these days will not sustain a relationship. You got to come with the entire package. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be having that loyalty, that commitment. And love is also an emotional thing. You could love someone today and hate them tomorrow. Yes. And for women love on different conditions.
Yes.
There are women who just love good-looking men. That she will be attracted to. Some women see you as a utility that you can sustain her. She thinks you can give her a better life. For that reason, she could love to you. She could be attracted to you. They got some women who just love status. Men that got big name in society, they are popular. Women will go after them. So when you use the word love, it becomes confusing. It becomes relative because during your days, when our grandmothers or our mothers were into love, they will stay with you no matter what. But now, we are dealing with the feminazi movement. We are dealing with social activists posting a husband and wife that believe that we are at war in the home when it comes to role and responsibility. So if you are only counting on love, these days, my brother, you are headed for rocks. And your relationship is going to crash because love will not sustain a relationship, any relationship in today's environment. Well, I'll stop there, guys.
I think there's a point there. One thing that's happening right now, taking into consideration the digital world that we are in right now. For example, if your fiancé birthday is like today or tomorrow, if you don't post a photo, it's a problem. She will get into mind that you got feeling for her. You sort of post a photo, read the next thing on it, and let her friend read it. And one of them. So if she feel that from the manner that you're not doing it, you feel that you're cheating, you get a love for her. So the issue about internet is one thing that is creating some problems in relationship nowadays. Lack of honesty is one key issue. Nobody got trust again. You get a partner with you in the house, she get a password on her phone. To even open the password on her phone is not easy. When she went to sleep, she will save that, put that phone to a position that she even want to make a attempt to touch it. So sometimes it embarrasses my next morning now. Why you to leave for money on the table now? You don't be willing to do it again. You tie your face right now, you feel that your girl is cheating. But she will look in your face and say, but man, look, my privacy matter. I love to keep my privacy. I don't like people to intrude my privacy. Now they were getting a relationship. That aspect of keeping your privacy to yourself, it was not there. But yeah, we're just at a stage in the relationship now. She put on a jacket to say, I get rid of my privacy. You even buy phone for all the more password on the phone. He said, it's a phone. You got no right to even check on it to know what coming in. But you are there to get the full money. You are there to pay the rent. You are taking the children's school fees. But when it comes to the aspect of the phone process, she will come up with all kinds of issues.
All right, gentlemen, let me.
And one of the problem, I can't understand with our sister then. How you will be having your own husband? Your body is not privacy for you, but your phone are privacy for your husband.
Yeah, they're gonna maintain that. Oh, they protect it.
You protect, so you protect your phone as privacy than your body to your man. What sense does that make? Today, most of our brothers now going to G, they want to get 6 pack because most of our sisters then they want to be proud to work with men with 6 pack. So that's just what Stevie.
Ali got 1 pack.
You get 1 pack, finish. You get Quran.
Gentlemen, let me close.
Mr. Dollar will close on this conversation, but Mr. Dollar, I beg you, let me make one statement. You close on the conversation so we can pay to politics, right? Let me make this one statement. Today, I want to unequivocally distance myself from the men and stand with the women. You never marry a woman or guy in relationship with her for her phone. You see me so? The thing where I can say behind people, I can say in front of them. I don't gossip. If a woman decides that she will put password on her phone, that her right, that her business. You don't put a password there. You will not die on the phone you married to. You're leading phone business. Your lead, the woman have rights to her practice and your lead their phone business. You see that the problem we get with the men. Also, we should pour password on our phone. We can pour password on the phone. Let me say this. I'm saying this to any relationship that you have. Social media, anything that has to do with technology. When you prioritize it in your relationship, it will not hold. That phone you marry, my brother. If that woman lets she can keep that phone the way she keeping her life, that's her business. The thing what in that phone, what she protecting, let her continue to protect it. She will get tired, she will leave it. And the day you find out as a man, my advice to you, leave her. Simple. If you know that you can't stand her protecting her phone, walk away. Leave her alone. Divorce her or leave her. But stop making the phone as an issue thing, brothers. Let the phone issue. Let the woman protect her social media. Let her protect her data. Let her protect her phone. The men that she looking at going to the gym that get 6 packs. The day you found out that she following that man you tell her what are the 6 packs. What do you worry you? Get her over. So the issue, not issue. You let leave the women there with the phone, baby. So all my ladies, let me say you protect your phone. Don't show all your phone. If you let as a woman, if you ever to talk to 5 men, talk to them. What thing happen? Go talk to them. Is that bad thing? What thing wrong with that? I don't see nothing wrong with that. If that is your choice, if you can sustain, maintain, and keep the 5 men, please go with them. That's not my business. I'm not worried about that. But the day I find out, I will leave you with those 5 men.
Yeah, that's a choice. Emotional detachment. That's why people can let go. That's what the problem is.
People get there with those kind of things. I saw go check with my phone. That means to argue with a power to loan your phone. No, it will not happen. But Mr. Dollar, please close on this session so we can move on.
That'll go ahead and close up.
All right. I will give you guys then, I think 4 of you people here agree to one thing. More especially, you agree to what Steve said. See, Steve explained a lot of story about love. Then all of you agree to his ideologies. But I will ask you people to please go back to your viewers, communities, or leaders, or the church leader or the mosque leaders, and tell them, or you go back to your Bible or the Quran to look for the definition of love. Then next Friday, come back to us to tell me what's the meaning of love.
Okay, thank you so much.
For me, I will tell you people this. Anything there's no love in it, no love in is a fake relationship. Anything, any issue, any activity, any movement, no love in it is a fake relationship. When there's a love, you will do anything to please the person. The one that you're talking about, the woman got password or the man got password. If you love your wife, your password, she will know it to her letter. If she love you, she will not have a password from you. Love control everything in human relationship. But you go back and do your research. Friday, we'll get to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So quickly, I want to ask this other question, just the one question on the social issue. And I think we'll close up on there and get to the politics of the day. And this question is, and the question goes to everybody on here. Whether you're Christian or you Muslim or whatever religion you believe in, what is the end goal of your religion? What is the end goal of your religious belief or so forth? What is that end goal? Let me start with Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, what is the end goal of your religion, the belief that you have? What is the end goal? Okay, let me go to Mr. Kanga. Mr. Kanga, what is the end goal of your religion? And please let us know if you're Christian or Muslim. Mr. Kanga, are you there?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what is the end goal? What do you intend to achieve at the end of everything? What is your end goal?
Well, looking at that, the first thing as a Christian is to live by the principle of what the Bible says. To live an eternal life with God, go through what the Bible says. The key issue is salvation. To be able to go to heaven at the end of the day.
Thank you.
And go to heaven because I know there'll be judgment. And God will tell me, but man, yeah, I've been following your activities. So at the end of the day, you will be going to heaven because you've been living by the principle, the 10 commandments, what the Bible speaks about. So my end goal is, something to come and go to heaven. See,
thank you.
I don't want to go to hell, so I'm careful on the daily basis what I do.
Okay, Monk, you got any end goal if you part of any religion? You got any end goal?
Yeah, almost just like relationship, people got end goal. It's not 100% specific or limited. It all depends which one you prioritize. Some people use religion as a vehicle to get more, or I would say, seeking meaning and purpose in life. And some people use religion as a vehicle to follow certain moral code. But for most people, it's about having a personal relationship with a much higher power. Whether you call him God, whether you call him Allah, whether you call him the Christ, whether you call him Yeshua. For most people in religion, that's why they seek to achieve at the end of the day, having this one-on-one personal relationship with a much higher power, someone that is greater than every human being on this planet. I think that will be the vast majority.
Mr. Dollar, what's your end goal? What would you say?
The end goal of a religion is simple and clear. Is to go to heaven.
Okay, thank you. Milburn, what is your end goal?
Well, so I think it's salvation, nothing more, nothing less. Everything that we do on this earth is just about us getting back to our Heavenly Father and getting connected with Him. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, so most of you have said, apart from Monk, you have said the end goal is salvation. Apart from one who kind of diversify, gave different reasons why he connect to higher power and so forth. But here's my last question to you guys. If the end goal is for you to go to God or for you to go to heaven, why won't you get sick? Or you can go pray, you can go pray and be asking God to heal you. Why you won't go against your own end goal? Why you're confusing us? I have a question for you. You won't go see God. Why is it? Say your end goal heaven. Why when you Melbourne, why you can be speaking tongue, you can be going to doctor, or you say, why you can just say, yeah, finally, I on the road to get to my end goal. Then you answer that question. We'll move on.
Let me answer Steve.
Then we go
There's a Friday. There's Friday though.
Gentlemen, your way now. You see, Mr. Dollar, I beg you will answer. But let me say this, gentlemen. You know, in French, the French people can say, let's go easy, me, doucement. Yeah. So, wait. Go ahead, Mr. Dollar. Let's do easy, guys. Mr. Dollar, go ahead.
I want you to, first of all, the both religions, both major religions in the world is Muslim and Christianity. They say commit suicide is the crime by herself. Someone who commits suicide will not go to heaven. I want you to know that. Both religions said that you don't commit suicide. And also, God who created you and I asked every one of us to seek for rescue. So when you sick, that's the reason why He gave us technologies to develop medication for every sickness in the world. So when you're sick, cure yourself. When let me tell you something. No one can die before your time. Sickness also doesn't kill people. I want you to guide them to know that sickness doesn't kill people.
Okay.
You can be healthy, moving fine, everything. Your time reaches to die, you will die straight away. So that thing you're talking there is when you say, so don't take medicine and go to heaven because you want to go to heaven and this and that. That is something, I don't back to that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dollar. Melbourne, go ahead and we'll kind of Mr. Kanga.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. So when you go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 17, it will tell you that don't die before your time by being too evil or acting like a fool. There where they will come from, the fool die before their time. So I think praying against the Mr. Dollar just stated, because sometimes, mind you, there are some sickness, there are something that will happen in your life. Sometimes there'll be some manipulation, sometimes there'll be some wizards, witchcraft, and so forth in your life. So you got to pray against these things, not because you want to go to heaven or because you want to just go and meet God. No, there's purpose for which God sent you on this earth, and there's time. And the time there is for you to at least grow old and be able to turn over to your children and die, and the children bury you. But you can be alive. Then the younger children, that, for example, I have my daughter now, they are died. That, for example, so who's going to bury me now? Is that small child? No.
Yeah, so Steve, my point here is love is a gift and a responsibility. I want you to take into consideration. Even though heaven is a place that everybody wish to go to, and love is a text, it's a journey, and a trust. So when God give you love, God expect us to protect the love God give us, use it well, and serve to the will of God in line with what the Bible says. And so, per the question, Matthew 5:13-14 say, "You are the salt of the earth, the light of the world." It's going to live by the principle of God. So healing shows our text in God's mercy and power. That want to show what you possess as human being. Asking God to heal us is not rejecting heaven. Nobody want to die sooner. We're buying in elementary and junior high. There was a book that written by Wodo Sangawolo and says, "No one know when he will die. Chief, your head you will look for me to move on. Devil not gonna visit you one morning and he said, Dad, where to go? No, you will escape. So once the appointed time comes, God will take you quietly. So that's what I believe in. So healing shows our trust in God's mercy and power.
Okay.
So God trusts in us. God gave us the will and power. Say, I make man in my own image and my language. Yeah.
Okay.
Go in the world and do what you're supposed to do. If God ready for 11, He gave us Steve. Remember when God said Steve will go tomorrow. But love is sweet. It depends on the other side how you live your life, how you position yourself.
Thank you. That's one key thing. From one thing, because we need to get before we go to the zone.
Yeah, today's Friday. The show is going great, and I think I'm getting some responses from the audience as well. They love the conversation. But I think you asked a very good question, and the thing here is that's why I tell people you cannot be too into religion, because religion is a form of belief, and belief is also a doubt. Right, Steve? Whenever someone asks you if you believe in something, it means there is a doubt. Belief is a form of doubt. If I want to ask you, do you believe that the woman and the man that born you are your parents? You don't believe that. You know for sure they are your parents.
Most
if
definitely.
I want to ask you, do you believe that you are Liberian? You say, no, I don't believe. I know I'm 100% Liberian. Because anytime someone uses the word faith or your religion, it means belief. Because the people who even came with the religion, they are not 100% sure. It's not quantifiable that if we die, we are going to heaven or we are going to earth. That's a belief. So for that reason, even the men of God or the imam or the rabbi, they themselves don't want to die because they cannot 100% ascertain that if we die, we'll go to heaven or we'll go to hell. When you talk to Chairman Yado, right? One time Chairman was lecturing. Chairman said, beginning, they say when we die, we'll go to heaven, we'll be eating milk and honey. But Pastor, my wife, I won't swallow Pastor Domo. Milk and honey is not my own food. So the whole idea that there is somewhere better than this place, that when we die, we will transcend. Yes, we want to believe that based on the religion, but it's not 100% guaranteed, because even the people that brought the religion to us, they are not 100% certain that if they die, even if they go by the teaching of every teaching of the same religion they claim to practice, because it's belief, and belief is also a form of doubt. So technically what they are saying, when you practice faith, you are believing God, but equally so you have some doubt about this whole thing about heaven and earth. That would be my response to that. Yes.
So, folks, let me say this. The reason I ask some of these questions is because sometimes we allow other people to play on us, on our intelligence, where we neglect ourselves. We neglect the things that we're supposed to take care of on earth, only because we focus so much all of our attention on going to heaven. Let me say this to you. If you are going to go to heaven, you are not responsible to build house in heaven. That's not your responsibility. If the God that you're serving is irresponsible enough to take you to heaven, and He got place for you there, then tell that God say He might leave you on earth here. No, it's very serious, because we get brainwashed by some of this religious belief and perspective, where they think you must suffer on earth. You spend your whole life brainwashed. You preparing to go to heaven. What that pastor or that bishop or that man of God are telling you about heaven every day, that man of God is chilling on earth. Why he not supposed to? Why you not hungry? Why he got to keep you in destitute and suffering? Why he got to make your life useless on earth to the point where you get your last cent? They make you to spend it. So I'm saying the reason I'm asking some of these questions is to all of the people who believe that you're going to heaven or you're going to hell. That one, I'm a business. I don't get to judge you on that. My issue is live your life on earth while you are on earth. Live it in a healthy way, not in a reckless way. Live it in a way wherein you will live long and Melbourne said to take care of your children and to take care of yourself. That should be your focus. Forget about heaven, going to heaven, and you preparing to go to heaven to the point where in some of you can even sell your birthrights. You can even sell the place that you live in because you are brainwashed while your children suffer and you suffer in misery on earth. This is wrong. And we must teach our people that they must live on earth to enjoy themselves while they're here. The God that won't carry you to heaven. That same God, what Jesus said, he said he's going to prepare a place. You know what the Bible says?
Yeah.
So why you gotta be buying? Why you gotta be
prepare the plane will come back?
Yeah. Exactly. So the plane why you going to prepare? Now you're worried. That means you're not going to pay rent on earth. That way you need to pay rent.
You lend for that plane.
Exactly. So I'm saying this so that so many brainwashed things that we get going on in the churches, in the mosque, in other religious areas, that we can clear our mind from. Hey, let me tell you something, my brother. If you get your father, I say go drink shawarma. I say go to the roaster free plate. Buy healthy roaster free, eat it for your stomach. What you should be worried about what kind of building they're using to building heaven? Whether that go there or whatever it is. The Jesus who come and carry you, he know what time it is. Let me say this, I will be right behind some of your day. If Jesus carry you heaven and that street that pay will go, we will all bound grandma there. You might bring her back. You're not here for that foolishness. You're not on BM level. So that's why I want to bring your attention to this.
So quickly, Digo, in fact, sorry, my brother, you talk about that. Let me just reference some of our people to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 18, that talk about enjoy. I don't know how come people see this thing like it's terrible. Steve, let me add up to you. Enjoy the fruit of your labor. Eat, drink. When I talk about drink, not saying you go drink alcohol, no. If you want to drink alcohol, it's up to you, but say eat and drink. Enjoy. Go for parties on days. Buy enough soft drinks, and celebrate. Look, Steve, that's why you see most of the churches today, people always referring to each other as poor, the other church rat. You know the reason why? Because the churches, they feel that they don't want to celebrate. People don't want to kick cow. That's why you see the Muslim people, I can really admire them, talk about Abraham Day and these days. They will kick cow. Who told you that in a church, killing cow is wrong?
In Melbourne, guess what? In Melbourne, guess what? Guess what? This is why on Abraham Day, I can be one of the men posted to eat meat. Yes. I go there, eat meat on any festival there. I said, that's all the. If I wanted the top man that part of the committee, then I can be there. I'm present. Look, let me say, I don't miss any opportunity unless for the unhealthy thing. Maybe I think that will impact my health. Maybe drink, other one. I don't want to engage into it, especially reckless or whatever. But anything that is safe. Like the other time I see Doe tearing and rejecting cow. I saw reject cow.
It's very simple. Ecclesiastes 5:18, you go and go read it. Those of you that follow.
But Steve, let me end on this.
Enjoy the fruit of your labor. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead when you're done. I will just chip in.
No, I'm just wanted to.
I see some religious group there. I see some denominations say, they can't let the Jew women. They can't.
They can eat people.
They can't eat. The way I can make people.
They can eat chicken feet.
Mommy, the way I can eat chicken feet. When you see me eating chicken, you think I get certificate nothing, bro. I beg you. I told check or anything. I'm not checking. I will eat. Let me tell you. Even if you cook dog in front of me, I will like it. What did you say me? What is so be my own worry? I don't get worried when I want it. We will eat everything. The only way I would eat it unless I have an allergic reaction or it made me sick. But you face anything in front of me that human beings will eat, I will knock it. Go report.
But the only time that you'll be having law, except maybe that, for example, you just said that, Steve, if you eat that food or something and it has some negative impact in your life, that means you should observe. That means it may not agree with the system. But let me be frank, Steve. That's the problem here with our religious people. They are not telling our people the truth. And what the people let me be like I was saying about this social issue, because our people let lies. That's why the politicians do they use the same method, and they continue to lie to them. That all your own money work for, your own high-end sweat. Don't eat it. Then time when you die, they probably haven't work over you. That means supposed to
No, I will live in good house. AC will be on, my electricity will be on. I will pay my bills to my house.
I'm saying everyone, I won't see it.
No, I will pay my bills to my house before I pay that offering. You know that?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Will be running correct. The light will be shining correct.
I follow that. That reminds me, Steve. I think this morning I follow. Somebody posted something about a pastor from Nigeria, and the pastor was saying, "All day I can hear men of God saying, so see. When you buy a brand new car, the car you just bought, please so see. Make sure the car is delivered to the church. They want to. The man say the Holy Spirit can drive. The Holy Spirit get lady. You know." They may say, let us be honest on the people. Let us just stop hiding behind all those things. Oh, the Bible says, let us so see. Oh, the Holy Spirit told me, Lana, yeah, they brand new phone you can still carry to somebody in a chair for them. They won't come.
For what?
You know,
I mean, that's
also scary. So, Steve, let's come. I think the news department saying that we should continue with the show. They are enjoying, and Liberian people are enjoying. So,
I wanted to come in on the whole to close up on the whole heaven and everything, right? That's why for me, I say the goal should be being in total alignment with a much higher power, either way you call him, because I know there is a God. I mean, I understand how he works 100%. That's why every religion is seeking. And I think it's by design. That's why you got multiple religions on the planet and everybody trying to figure out the one God, because no single religion can understand how he works 100%. That's why we got different beliefs. So if the heaven and earth actually exist, right, that would be the end result. So why not focus on the process? Because if I'm doing the thing my religion teaches me to do, right, and I'm following the will of God, then more than likely, I don't have to fight for heaven. Then I will be qualified for heaven. So the question is, do I focus on serving God based on how my religion is teaching me, or do I worry about going to a heaven or hell, whether they even exist? So I think, personally, on a one-on-one basis, I might as well get to know God and be in the alignment so that at the end of the day, I don't have to fight for heaven and earth, because based on my relationship with God, then I will be either guaranteed to go to heaven, that is if heaven exists, or if hell exists. But the whole idea that you're going to sabotage your life here because you believe that there is some land that is paved with gold and you're going to be drinking milk and honey. I know. Let me serve God. Let me go by my religious teaching. Let me do the right thing here. Then I don't have to worry about the end result, because it will come automatically.
And quickly, Steve, let's go to what Mon just stated. All of the bishops, the pastors, the imam, and all of them, those people who are in the relations, they are enjoying though, my brother. In fact, they have security. They have everything to their disposal. Everything they want, they get it. But when you now, they tell you, God bless you, sick, you dying. Instead of you going to the hospital, somebody come and can tell you, God bless you, go lay down and I'll pray for you. I tell you.
Any pastor or imam or man of God, I tell you, say God told him to buy him car or to sow seed in your life or whatever it is. Tell him to tell God to talk to you. He not God messenger, he not nobody. You ain't going to call and speak. Any pastor, there's your emotional thing where you can do in the church, where you get your rent to pay, or your mortgage, or your cell phone bill, and you become emotionally charged, and you say the Holy Spirit spoke to you. Later on, you turn your phone off, and you start passing around like a beggar asking people to turn your phone on. That is total stupidity. You need to stop that. Pay your bills first. Let me tell you today. Pay your bills, especially when you get children. Be responsible. Be a responsible and an intelligent Christian. Pay your bills first. Make sure food in your house for your children. Make sure gas in your car. Whatever is left in your packaging when you want to go out, choose if you will give father to the church, whatever it is. You stop letting people use your own level. If the pastor wants for somebody to sow in your life, let your wife go get a job. Let yourself go get a job. Nothing wrong with you. You're not sick. You're not crippled. Your leader, sweet talking, Benny. Look, in our generation, we're not settling for that foolishness. We will tell you they brainwash thing. I'm not saying don't go to that church again. And if some of you think that the pastor tricked you long time ago, call a meeting, let the church refund you. If you need your car back, go ask for your car. You will not go to hell. Tell the pastor, say, you tricked me, I need my car back. Let the pastor start walking. Take your car back. It's very serious. And at the message I want to send you. Next week, We'll talk about other aspects that you need to enjoy. Because a man like Abraham, then David, then Solomon, they can get plenty of women and they say they eat. We discuss that next week. Yeah, I see my boy kind of laughing. You don't see nothing.
Yeah, and you're going to the bosom of Abraham, right?
Yeah, we discuss Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham Bible.
Yeah, so we discuss Abraham next week. But folks, let's into the politics. Let's into the politics really quick because that's what we want to get into today. A lot of things. I don't know if we have a moment to play the statement from Butt Naked. We'll get to that. Nobody will put it up there, but quickly speaking, we have some serious problem and some serious trouble. But let's listen to him and then we'll talk about the whole barrier of President Doe, whether that President Doe body or this is politics or what's going on. Let's hear this rebel and this killer who call himself evangelist. He said, God call him.
Most of those children are behind Yeke because of the poverty national government is projecting to our young people. They can come and give them $10 a day and the children will move from behind what they're doing to be walking behind them. But it will not be all the good children. But tomorrow, if anything happens, people are going to blame it on motorcyclists, while Yeke will be back in Monrovia drinking his wine or doing something else. If any negative thing happens now, they're going to blame motorcyclists. So I have called on the motorcyclist leadership. If those guys are not among them, let them tell us. If those guys are local hustlers on motorcycle in this community, let them stop them from being behind him in such number. It is not good for the president, our president, to be in this enclosed environment and such things going on. Therefore, I'm sounding this caveat. Yes, to the motorcyclist leaders, let them check among those guys. If their men are among those guys, they should reduce their men among those guys because any negative thing happen, they will hold them. I also want to send a caveat to the head of AFL in this county and the head of police in this county. They cannot stop his movement. He's right. He has the freedom of movement. But within such group, and the president is here, I want to see police presence in Yeke's convoy. If not, 20 minutes, Joshua Milton Bly, son of the Southeast, will join the convoy of Yeke Kaluba and all of his group. Thank you, and God bless you.
Well, first of all, before we get to the whole Joshua Milton Bly thing, let's get to the whole barrier laying, quote unquote, President Doe to rest. I'm not sure if you got the video recording. I saw it somewhere last night. I didn't send it to you, Milburn. To play where Prince Johnson said he did to Doe's body. What was done to Doe's body and what the military code and decree says about burying or falling soldier, how many times you can bury or whatever it is. I believe Prince Johnson, when he was alive doing his testimony with the TRC, spoke to it. And he was the best person at that time to speak to it because he knew exactly what Doe's body was and what they did with it or whatever it is. But that's beside the point. Let's talk about what's going on today. Let's start with Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, are you there? Aliyu. Okay, I think Mr. Masale is busy. But let's go to Mr. Kanga really quick. Mr. Kanga, how do you react to that as a reporter from the Senate? Prince Johnson was a senator, and what his name, Yeke Kaluba, is a current sitting representative. How do you react to this, having a citizen who's not even a member making all of these statements? He's not even part of the security apparatus. He's a killer and a rebel. That title stay with him today. Not got time for that. He's fully titled away against it. God call him. That one I hear God call him. But what say you?
Yeah, so from the legislative standpoint, I listened to Milton Bly this, I think this morning. If we can take our mind back, the late Senator Prince Johnson, his last appearance in the Senate, another time was during the confirmation hearing of the current LDA boss. But Senator Johnson, when he was given the floor to speak, he didn't answer the question. He only avowed saying that if it's confirmed, he should make sure to minimize the issue of drug activity in the country. He only advised it at that time. He didn't ask any question while I feel like other senators were doing in the Senate chamber that day. So from the angle of this is my first time, I think if I stand to be corrected, to see Milton Blai coming to public to speak directly to Jega Koluba, an elected official, by his people. And as other people know, he remains one of Liberia's most controversial public figure. I mean, Milton Blai, transforming from a fearsome warlord to a repent a preacher in our country now. So he too, he says he's from Grand Gile County. When I listen to him, he says from Grand Gile, and Jega too is not from Grand Gile, but Jega married a daughter of that county, and Jega too said that he was sent, by his wife to represent her in that county as they go there to say goodbye to son and daughter of that county. But Milton Blai on the other side has an issue. He started by saying that Yeka started, showing deep respect to former leaders during the times of President George Weah till President Barack time and why would Yeka be in the street of Grand Gile County with a group of people behind him marching the street, giving a threatening statement, using words that, that's not perfect. But I don't know from what standpoint he can from. I mean, Milton Blai to speak to the camera about the attitude of Yeke. Yeke is, I think, Yeke based on counties in this country when there's an issue, or even you want to go there, it's always love to move around, get on motorbike sometime, or sometimes he walk. What we saw for Yeke today in Grand Yeke is not so strange to us. Yeke always love doing that. But from the backdrop of Milton Blai coming out now to raise critical issue and say things that if Jega cannot do this, they too will be at the back and making sure that he show any form of disrespect to the presidency. Jega was elected, and whatever issue, if the people are dealing with them feels that Jega they no enjoy Jega confidence and that trust, there's a fine manner in which they can go through the procedure. But now, what I see right now is an argument between the both of them now. Two of them now going head to head now because the guy reacted to what he raised against him. And, and he too coming out to put in a defense to say the guy is nobody, the guy didn't want that one. And other people started saying, but Milton Blai is maybe he won an appointment job for President Barack.
Thank you.
I can stop that, Steve.
Yeah, we'll get to that point. We'll get to Yeke's response. But let me ask Mr. Dollar from a security standpoint. Mr. Dollar, the president travels with a security detail. That is in America or in the Western world, say it's a no-brainer. And that's something that we got to even go in details about. What say you about a rebel and somebody who killed people, admittingly killed people, basically trying to run the president's security detail? What say you? Is this undermining of the security apparatus? What say you to even have him speak about security issues when he's not even a security personnel elected or appointed or anything, towards a lawmaker or towards even the president's safety? What say you?
All right, thank you very much. You see, the thing is a clear indication that we have a joker going. Milton Blai supposed to be in Grand Gile as a private citizen. You have no right to tell anybody how to apply on the street or not. The people that are supposed to caution Mr. Yeket's movement could be the national police. But they can only do that when they see Yeket movement on a principal street of Grand Gile causing some disturbances to the community. If the man is moving peacefully or without testing anyone, he have a right to move freely. He's a free citizen of that country. So this gentleman, that's why they always say in a common traditional language, we say Monge will never leave his black hand behind. Blaise have been someone who been playing with human blood for ages. And he's one of the disgraced human being on earth, or good looking human being with the stupid mentalities, can even take off his trousers and everything and naked himself on the principal street. Say, if I think, well, such a person should not even be in the midst of the civilized people. But that's in Liberia. You can see such a thing. So the statement he's making is completely unacceptable, and it should not be given credence to by the national security of our country. They're supposed to warn him not to interfere into the national security operation. They have the military there to protect the president. They have a national police there to protect the president. And where Yeke moving, according to the video we see, he had nothing to do with where the president is. So why is the problem?
Okay, thank you. Monk, let me ask you this question, and this is from a general perspective. Listen to briefly in passing, I saw a video just before I go on the show with one of the government's spokesperson. Let's keep in context that this same butt naked guy, or Joshua Mayton Blaye, or whatever it is, this same guy was the one that called himself Rescue Soldier.
Yes.
He was in the streets before the election threatening people, making videos of threats.
Mm-hmm.
He has a long-standing history of killing people. He's king under the banner of evangelists now in Liberia, because God nobody can call anybody, right? But that's aside the point. The point here is, I also listened to Prophet Key a few seconds ago, who is telling young people in the streets of Liberia to cost somebody mind. And you got a bunch of young people behind costing the person mind. The video is there. Here's what I want to ask you, Monk. Is this government openly, willingly enabling people who support them on the record to do things or to say things in public or to go after people openly, and if silent to aid and it's okay for them to do it? I just want to ask you this question. Is it a new trend?
Yeah, it's a new trend because it worked politically. We saw what happened in Nima County with Prophet Key and other people. I'm not saying that the government is doing it with Joshua Mayton Blaye directly, but it seems like he's the one trying to be more political than Yeke. And I think Corey's lady, the analysis here about the whole thing here. You know, you're looking at your history. You claim to be an evangelist. You're supposed to be a man of God, and you transcended politics. You're no longer attached to the word. You're an evangelist. Who are you to assess the president's security detail? Apart from the president going with his own security, there are other security personnel stationed in Grand Jide. Who are you to give an ultimatum? Yeke Koluba is an elected official. That's one. Second of all, even though he's now a Southeasterner, but he got tied to the Southeasterner because his wife happens to be a Southeasterner. So my thing is, I think Bob Nigger is auditioning for maybe your job or maybe your contract or something in return. Because it's all a benefit for me. Some of the statements he made were very, very contradictory. I don't like politicians and their manipulative mentor to remain relevant. But I want Yeke Koluba accused Joseph Boaga of that he tried to play politics in the tragic situation. Then he said, politicians using hardship to take advantage of young people. The last time I checked, I think the government was doing that. I don't know who in Liberia now got money to be paying people to be calling radio station and claiming that everything is okay, that the country is doing great. I think you guys are the one doing it. The thing I don't understand is, I think he bet more than what he could chew. And at the end of the day, we saw on live video that Yeke technically humiliated him because I can't wrap my head around the logic why you are doing this, right? I don't think we all know Yeke. Yeke been to Nima, he been to other parties. Last time I checked, I think years back, Yeke and Cummins even went to the same Grand Jide, and they had to seek refuge in some hotel. We saw it on live video here. So the question of painting Yeke as an agitator, it become a problem because you are the one agitating. And why I don't understand, like I said, You are not even an elected official. So how can you be accusing? Okay, if you want to talk about loyalty, because of why, or about kissing the ring, Joshua Medon Blai, the role that Yekes play in Boaka's presidency, you can't even come closer to it. I mean, in terms of being a plus to the Boaka campaign, because Yeke risks his own credibility and name for Joseph Boaka. So you think if Yeke had any problem, whether because the idea is he want to claim that Yeke is trying to bring about some kind of instability, Yeke trying to play politics. Medon Blai, the Liberian people are not going to buy into that. Because Yeke got a credibility, he got a history to prove, he got a scar to show for it. Yeke was even attacked by even previous administration, and he was on board with this government. So who are you to play quarterback for Joseph Boaka? The thing here is, if a guy who puts his credibility on his land, to put his political capital on the land, if he can turn against this president and criticize this president, then who are you? Who do you think will be in a better position to even make the case for Joseph Boaka? It cannot be you. So for me, the way I look at it, he trying to play politics. He want to catch the ring and prove a point to Joseph Boaka. But at the end of the day, the picture here is Joshua Medon Blai. You are trying to be the agitator and the politician. Matter of fact, the last time I checked, you were never an elected official in Liberia. So if anyone has the authority to speak, I think Yeke Koluba deserve that right. Now you, Boneke. I don't think
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to. The next question I'm going to ask is Liberia related, but it also has an international framework to it. President Samuel Kanyando died, I think 30 or almost 40 years ago.
35 years.
35 years. Thank you so much. This year makes it 35. September 9 will make it 35 years, right?
Yes.
Yes. So 35 years in September. I want to ask this question. I want to start with Aliyu. I hope he's available now. If not, we can move on. But the question asked to Mr. Kanga before we go to the lines, because we're going to do 2 minutes each on this, or many, if possible, just to go to the line to get the callers enough time to call in, and then we'll react. I want to start with Mr. Masali on this question. Do you believe the barrier of former President Doe today? Do you believe that? Was it former President Doe in that casket? Number one. Number two, do you believe that it also shows that Joseph Yuma Boakai and United Party have made this political in all aspects, as opposed to actually honoring the First Lady Nancy Doe? Because we can ascertain the fact maybe that this is Nancy Doe in there, but when it comes to what he named former President Doe, these are lots of questions are sparkling. What say you?
Yeah, thank you there, Stephen. First of all, the first question you asked, if I believe that was President Doe, no, because I think 2 days ago when I listened to an audio from the late Senator Prince Johnson and how people said he ate the late President Doe, and people were asking for the body, and he instructed his guys they kill with a caterpillar, and they dug the body, and the body was hard as a rock, because I think they abandoned him like for 20 years, something like that. And later on, after they showed the body to those people that were requesting about the body, how he ate him, and they decided to say, okay, then let's rebury him. And another guy said, no, you can't. One man can get 2 graves. Okay, so at the end of the day, they cremated him, they burned his body, and then they chunk it in the river. So I'm confused when they say they are reburying President Doe. Where did they get the body from? If you listen to Prince Johnson, who carry on this whole issue about killing him, and when he can say that later on they burned the man's body and chunk it into the water. So when this whole thing started, the reburying of President Doe, I just look at it. If Joseph Boakai said that's another sign of reconciliation, those people that live in the country, if you can reconcile the country, to rebury somebody, is that a sign of reconciliation? I just saw it as another way of stealing taxpayer money or misusing Liberian people resources. Because all the money that were put together for that, you know what it could do for the country. So that's how I saw it. Like that's another form of corruption.
Thank you so much. Let me go quickly. Let me go quickly to Kanga. Let me go quickly to Mr. Kanga. I'll do the rest of the team. Mr. Kanga, you in the Senate there, reporter from there. Do you have any record of maybe President Doe, if the Senate previously did any kind of hearing or anything
on the floor?
Yeah, to bring on the floor exemption of the former president, the body. How does this whole thing work with the president?
No, I think
the government.
What I can say to that, Steve, I can remember during the WIA administration, the late Nancy Doe appeared on one of the radio stations here, and during the deliberation, there one thing that she requested for, that she wanted for the government to organize a meeting to rebuild. According to her at that time, in our country will get time for Declaration Day. I think it's second Wednesday in March, if I'm not mistaken. And she said, when Declaration Day comes, she can be in tears because nowhere to go to pay respect to her late husband. So when the Braga government took charge, in terms of the Senate angle, whether it was presented on the floor, no. Honestly, I did not see that at the level of the Liberation discourse. Oh yeah, we are discussing the day to set aside to go bury to until when the Brown government took charge now. His administration declared a national mourning and a state a burial for example, the issue of Doe, where they said that there's a need to rebury him to give that honor because he served as former president of the country. But critics have a different form of interpreting what, and especially the statement of the president. And some of them term it as a calculated move to gain favor, especially from the people from the southeast. And Doe family also, was thinking about, let's watch the president, what's going to be done. But when the late Nancy Doe was alive, we didn't waste this any form of the government organizing a specific day to say we're going to do a reburial of Doe until when the former first lady passed. The government have to step in now. Okay, let's use this means that almost like you wants to keep to bread that typical Liberian analysis like always come in. So that was how when the Braga government announced and declared national mourning and the state reburial of the late Doe, they have to do that. You ask the question whether Doe was in the castle at that time. I followed Prince John's statement I left the TRC, and he was asked that question during his appearance. That where is Doe? Why you do it about it?
Right.
I can remember the late senator response at that time was, Doe was built on my Kawa base. You understand? And then there was another journalist who came down to ask him some questions to understand about the war at that time. And then the general end of the day requested that I want to see the remains of Doe. Then Prince Johnson in response said, "But I buried the man right to my bed right behind the house." But according to the late Prince Johnson, he said that the journalist asked him that, okay, can we see, because media people can go beyond it, want to see the facts.
Right.
And to mention about it. So according to him, he ordered his men to dig where he buried Doe. So when the guardians saw the remains or the body of Doe, they said, okay, we are setting up, no problem. So when they left, Prince Johnson asked his guard to rebury Doe. Then according to Prince Johnson, the late, he said, no, one of the soldiers said, no, chief, by tradition, you can dig a body, from the ground and rebury. So what can we do? According to the TRC investigating, if we go to that entire audio is still there, that was how one of the best, but the only thing we do is to burn the body.
Okay.
So that was the response to the protest. Instead of burn the body, remain was the wasted in the sea. That's what they said.
Thank you.
So what we saw of yesterday, maybe, I don't know, this is my first time to see it, that somebody died ever since, and they said, oh yeah, we'll do a symbolic. I don't know when it's a symbolic burial aspect. They carry on tradition. I see Mr. Murray Dolly been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think
I want to transition the next question to Mr. Dolly because it's important to understand this from a cultural, traditional. He's been around for a while, also been around government and seen some of these processes and procedures, right? Mr. Dolly, let me ask you this question. Do you think the Unity Party-led administration lied to the word, to the Liberian people, and to Grenadier at large that they are burying Doe body by carrying 2 caskets or whatever? And now maybe saying, this is ceremonial or something that we're doing, just the casket, just they're empty or whatever it is. Do you think this is another lie from the government?
Thank you. Look here. There's a possibility that someone can die for 100 years So long his body can be found or his bone can be found, he can be reburied. But in this case, according to the information that I'm just hearing, that the late presidents were cremated by Prince Johnson and his group of gang. So how possible bodies that being cremated and the dust have been displaced in the sea or in a river? Can anybody tell me if there's a possibility to take something from in the sea or on the water to put it back in the casket and go? So to get a credit on this kind of issue, the Liberian people have a right to ask the government who doing this ceremony to open a casket for the view of every citizen to see who in the casket. If a statement is to be buried, it can be displaced. It happened to Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson's body was displayed publicly. People were seeing it. So the people have a right to ask, to clear the doubt, to say, okay, thank you very much, President. What you're doing is good. To give dignitary burials to our late president, but we would love to see the body.
I get it. Steve, sorry to I don't know what I can come quick to them get some updates from Mr. Doe issue language. You made reference to the late Doe. I mean the late Senator Prince Johnson. Doe died during the crisis, the heat of the war.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You follow all what went on there. But Senator Johnson, it was not at wartime, we were at peace. When it was displaced, they took it from Moscow County straight in Nima County. Everything was done.
Now listen to what I'm saying here. Initially, I said someone can be dead for 100 years. So long the bone can be formed, it can be reburied. So, but in this case, according to the information, you even admitted the information that I'm talking about right now, that Prince Johnson were asked by the TRC to identify the late Samuel Doe body, and he went and took the journalist to where the body is, and he was to be reburied. Then he and his men said, no, you can't bury a body 2 times. So the best thing can be done according to the tradition is to cremate him. And that was done. The ash were put in the sea. So how possible for such a human being to be in a casket? So in order to clear something like that, is my view, that the citizen of Grandjide, you will tell the president, thank you, Mr. President, for whatever you're doing for our son, our brother, our father, but we would love to see the body.
Okay.
And by right, if it was still meant to be buried, the body is supposed to be displayed for the public view.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Doe, thank you so much. That's a valid point. I want to bring Monk in really quick so that we can go to the lines, and then we'll try to get back here so we can react to the callers. But Monk, let me ask you this question: do you believe the United Party overplayed their hand and maybe undermined themselves if, in fact, they did not have the actual body of former President Doe, but they claim that they are reburying him? If we go by the statement that was made by Prince Johnson, that the ashes were spread out, I listened to that recording more than once, the ashes or the remains of former President Doe. Secondly, do you believe that this is an effort by the Unity Party and Joseph Yuma Boakai to use the people of Grandjide against whatever the CDC or wherever it is, to use them as political pawns again? What say you?
Well, it has nothing to do with the body. It's all symbolism. We all know the history from the time Doe was killed during the war, whether his body was cremated and tossed into the sea or whatsoever. We all know what's going on here. It's Unity Party. For them, everything is politics. That's why that was the crux of the whole argument where you get Kaluba's statement. And the only difference is they send the wrong campaign manager to play the politics, because it seems Milton Bly, man, you know, They think they can politicize the rift between George Weah and the Doe family. They are taking political advantage of it. They see an opening in Grange there because they believe, because if you listen to Joshua Bly, he was like, you claim to be someone from the Southeast, the president who made you popular, who brought you to prominence, you cannot even attend his funeral. Why do you think he was doing that? That's why Yaga Kaluba saw and say, oh, this thing. And even when they went yesterday, they got one kid, they call no Joseph Baga's son or grandson. He talking about the roles for the first time in Labrador history of president is carrying roles. So even the role project now is intertwined with the whole Nancy Doe stuff. So for them, it's all with politics. That's why they see an opening, and that's why they vote. That's why Yaga Kim was saying, no, you're trying to politicize this death. Because that's exactly what he's doing. Because even the Milton Blind man, he was the one that blew the lid. He make it so political, and I don't know for a so-called clergyman or some evangelist why he's so entrenched in the politics. But at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with the body, whether it's just for symbolic burial. They believe that there's rift between Georgia and Nancy Doe about some compensation about going to the ECOWAS code. Unity Party believe now that for them, Grand Jury on the political matter is in place, so they are trying to milk it. Because if you cremated the body, even if that it was the wife's wish, how can you claim that you want to carry on a symbolic burial because the body was cremated and tossed into the sea? But for them, when you bring out the Doe issue, you know it will bring that emotion. The same thing we discussed yesterday: 20,000 bag of rice versus a case in excess of 178 million over the counter transaction, all improprieties. Why do you think the president would choose to go and arrest about rice? Because of the symbolic attachment. How the rest issue is political. Look, let me tell you something about Unity Party. I keep telling you guys. Unity Party may not know how to govern, but when it comes to politics and propaganda, they know it. And they believe that they can take advantage. You know, they got one rule in politics: you never allow a crisis to go wasted. You got to politicize it, you got to milk it for political experiences, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's why you get tried to call on before the whole men of God and the so-called men of God came on with all this rent. But at the end of the day, I would say he was the loser. He was not the best person to make that show because he exposed the whole agenda. He started attacking Weah. You cannot claim to go to a burial and you are Southeasterner to go pay homage and respect to the former first lady and that of a slain president and then start playing politics. So we never saw Yeke playing the politics. It was Joshua Milton Black that started the entire politics. So it tells you that he went there specifically to sell the image about this rift between the George Weah and the Doe family. That's just what everything is all about. That is the crux of the argument with the whole burial thing. So they try to politicize the entire process. That's the
Thank you, Mark. Let's try to go to the line quickly to react. So let's turn over to Milborn. Let's hear a reaction from the callers, and then we'll evidently come back here in the next few minutes. Milborn's up to you, please.
Well, thank you, Steve. So it's about time that we go to the line to interact with our callers. Those of you who've been following this show this evening can make your input. Let's go to listen quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Milborn, and let me say good evening to the rest of the panelists in the dance track. This is David King, and I do join you, my resident. You see, Milborn, this is what I said yesterday. Prince Johnson made this thing very clear to us, the Liberian people. The video are out there. You can listen to it. Prince Johnson said, you have been branded as a cannibal. So some journalists went to him on the bed and said, oh, we understand you eat Doe body, you chop it up pieces and eat it. He ordered a man to go into the machine and dig out the body. They were in bound for 25 years, according to Prince Johnson. When they brought the body was so high. So when the people saw the body, they said, okay, we're going. I mean, the doubt is clear. So when you're about to rebury, if David said, he said, no, man cannot be buried 2 times. So it was how they cremated Doe and took the ashes and dumped it into the St. Paul. So now, Joseph Boga went and took 25,000 for a casket, put Doe inside, and they carry down there talking about they got Doe. They went to Center Street and took one boom that is so good to for the fall. They put it in the casket and say, oh, that Doe boom there. So what the DNA test that they did, with matching Doe with children that were left behind, that make them to say that Doe body they had in that casket. So let people be serious here. Politics, when time comes for politics, we play politics.
All right, good. When time comes for politics, we'll play politics. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening,
yeah, go ahead to me.
Yeah, you want to happen. The man what God President what down second one now 1990. What it came party, it came to I think the country area in Lagos was one of people. So many people then it pointed party. The point is one of photo, then it chunky it's on the river and the party to go bury what we see on the near. I'm ready to know what going on here. So thank you, G.
Thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor. How are you today?
Well, we okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, this is my good second for problem. Neighbor, really, I just want to express this. Really, I see that soldiers go to fuel war. They remain the plane crash. They don't find anybody. Soldiers go on the front, they are captured and then they are carried. Some of them they are mutilated and everything. Their bodies are dumped or in mass graves in other countries. Yet their country go about to do symbolic burial for them, re-burial for them. Not that because they have their body or they have any remain of their body. The people of Grand Jide, they everyday move, and you yourself stated it there, and Mr. Doe stated it there, that indeed it's just a matter that Doe, when she was leaving, she requested for this because every decoration they needed. So that was just a symbolic burial. And that symbolic burial, well, no, whatever Prince Joseph did to that body, whatever he did to it, it's just a matter that there will be an area where they do have. And somebody asked a question, was it Doe body in that casket? The person really asking that question know that that Doe body was not in that casket. What was there was just a symbolic something to have an area where they can be able to go and bury Doe. And every decoration time there, people will have something to go to and know that Doe.
All right, thank you. I don't know why I don't want to talk about it yet, Kevin. But anyway, go ahead. To this caller, good evening.
Hello, Miss One.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the voice of President Doe and Doe was so
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about the reburial of the late president?
Oh, including on the boy, you get Koruba and that bought naked or the Reverend, I don't know, the bishop or the Reverend and so forth. Everything I was talking about here.
I will not call somebody or Reverend bishop because I saw him gambling around or FDA direction on born naked. So I came to discuss the economic decline of our president. How can we be talking about bread and butter issue? That one when the CEO say the public is declining cognitively, they follow and can be getting problem. You came to better our lives. You say we're suffering. You came to rescue us. Are you rescue us by taking me that to 7 years ago, by the go bury? Is it how that will be rescue? Is that how they rescue or making a rescue us? While we are hungry, they're living looking for it to eat. Somebody who died, who you can't locate where that body is. You took an indicator, spending money one was supposed to use in the girl hospital, so 4 million go and see tablet. You use it to go I use it, then you say you're doing what?
No, don't say that. Hello to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mibo.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show, Mibo. Once again, this is our David family. I join your discussion for Olinga Maki, the former president. We are Mibo, you see. No. How you put discovery, especially the name born naked blind. You see, Mibo, this particular individual, so that it is good to go to school. After the war, born naked, they fought the money they needed after the war. He did not even make a stand to go to school to visit or to learn any kind of thing to live on. So he said exhibiting the kind of war-like attitude, and people who like the kind of attitude are just supporting it as a means of getting a survival. See what happened? He graduated. Why he did that? He said he made himself see. I always say when people are not careful in this country, when the father get qualified, they will dump themselves. That was graduate. He behaved mature. He was only moving with people that work on him. But what he born again here? Who can have to offer now people wearing black t-shirt, black boots, black shades? Why you have to do that? The national security have to arrest him to get reason why you have to offer that such a group. You see, he be very immature in that place because after the war, he never went to school. He only had that title Reverend party around with anything. I just saw the man before Reverend.
The man of God, my young man. So that's called a good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mibo, and your co-host in the diaspora.
Go ahead, my young man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Peter W. government continue to plead migrate out of themselves to get feed at the Liberian people. How will you carry an empty and a cancer? He said that Doe body. That's quite unfortunate on their part. And Frank Johnson articulated to all that Doe body was burned and the ashes was sent into the Atlantic Ocean. So what Joseph Walker and his guys are doing, and I think it's just for being migrate that they play out of themselves. That was how Doe body was a cancer. And what is unfortunate also, most of the guys, when you see the assassination of Samuel Kedu, it came from most of the guys from the Unity Party. They are the one that conspired against those. Today they are an Akila and an angel or the Lord Samuel Kedu. These are the people that instigated the assassination of Samuel Kedu. And today when you see Nathan Bly and General Paul Nicky very angry, because the people of Grand Gila rejected Joseph Walker. Look at that. There were 3 and a real official or leader enter in Grand Gila yesterday. Joseph Walker entered, you saw the people that went there. When Jangako entered, we also saw the crowd. When Yeka Korba entered, we saw the crowd. So when Jangako entered, the crowd went there. Yeka Korba, everybody went to, and I welcome him.
All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening. We'll take a few more calls. We'll cross over to our team because we want to. Yeah.
Thank you. This is brother Prince Olake.
Yeah, go ahead, Prince.
So, I think currently what occurring in Grand Gila is not popularity contest. If our brothers from the other side will feel that it is error for you to go flag your political muscle, I think the reason for which people have gathered in Grand Gila is to have a symbolic burial ceremony for one of our fallen heroes. Somebody asked me, is it necessary? I'm a son of Nima. I think it happened at times people do symbolic burial so as to show to the remains of to honor the legacy of the person that have died. So I think this regime, though they have left the most essential issue, it means there's a saying that not what you do, but the manner in form in which it's been done. I think what they need to do second, they are doing it first, and what they need to do first, they are doing it second. Address the bread and butter issue. When everything is okay, then we can go on at time to come rather to honor the burial or to have such a ceremony.
All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yep.
Okay, let me say this to the radio. Of course,
what's your name, Chief? What's your name, sir? Hello? Okay, go ahead, Samir.
Okay, Chief, let me say to this government, this is not time for politics. If they want to run a politics in Nigeria, let me tell them they will fail. Because what they are doing, they are trying to run politics that they can win Nigeria. But in time to come, 2029, I tell you that they will be defeated in Nigeria. Thank you.
I know who will be defeated now. But today's caller, good evening. Mm-hmm.
Did I hear one of your panel ask as to whether the body that was buried is the actual body of the late Samuel Doe? If that was what I heard, that is so disappointing. Because I believe that you people of high intellect. Why would you even ask that question when everyone knows that it definitely cannot be the actual body of Doe? Are you trying to bring embarrassment to the Doe's family or to the nation when you ask such a question? Sometimes you can discuss something, but sometimes a discussion can be so embarrassing and so.
Hello. You can't be asking, then you making statements. You see, this is a problem that some of you have. You said, did you hear, right? So until the party can respond, then you go ahead with another thing. But you can't be making any kind of statement against other people's character. No. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but let the man talk.
All right, thank you. Today's last caller, quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Mabel. I got called on because I'm monitoring it, or it just switched me up. But I was just making the issue of the symbolic burial. You know, one thing is that whenever the people assemble over there, Prince Johnson admitted that he burned the body or whatsoever. The people of Granjide, whether that politics, whether that what, one thing that is on the dying need of the Granjidians is that they should have a kind of area where do whether that's symbolic or what, it should be buried. Another thing, Yaka Koluba and Nathan Blai, the two of them, they are just an embarrassment to this particular country. Both of them, they are embarrassment. In real civilized country, the two people, by now, they're not even supposed to be talking where they're supposed to be talking. It's all be in different areas. So let us put that aside. And for the radio station.
All right, thank you. But don't bring your team. You won't be attacking. Oh, your part just be attacking. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So what a real issue? You can go to go attack. You just be attacking whole day for no reason. To the last caller, quickly. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. You get your bishop or your reverend threatening people here, and then you can go there to go attack. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you for the top of the discussion. You know, Unity Party, they put out the teacher of our permission to do this. In 100 days, no car come to here, or a kind of big company, so you're not being a company, they're not discussing all that thing. President or the president one time, I was going to the 5 years ago. And the chance they don't back because they can spend the money. They just looking for popularity. What will it take to tell you that people can see all what they do? 2029 they will be changed because I'm not sure what the next thing the next government will do. Yeah. So
all right, thank you. That's the thing that every time you come here, you just want to attack people. You go to these people that are causing problem for the country. Look at Matron Blythe sitting down there calling himself pastor. He said that he said there. And some of you today you've seen all these videos. But you're not even sharing the video, you're not even condemning these things because they may quote unquote in part of your government or quote unquote in part of your party. He's speaking for your party. So even if it may insult, even if it may threaten the entire nation, you don't care. But you come here to, I don't know. Steve, Monk, and the rest of you are back. Maybe yeah, and I do probably enjoy the song. I don't know how to even describe some of these attitude of our people.
Yeah.
Steve, I think you are muted.
Yeah, I'm muted now. Sorry, Milburn. Thank you so much. This is what we're gonna deal with. So let's go around the table quickly to let's start with Mr. Kanga really quick. Mr. Kanga, how do you react to the people that they call us? How do you react to them? We can't hear you, Mr. Kanga.
Yeah,
Mr. Kanga, you muted yourself again.
Okay, I hope it's better now.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Better. Thank you.
Yeah. So they're entitled to that, Steve. You know, people get different way in which they think and analyze things. Now, what economics definition says, economics tells human behavior. So the way you look at things is different. What the other make it look at that way. So you know, they get right to that view, and then we take into consideration the good thing that we're preaching about calling on the show, and even by listening to even contribute. You know, thumbs up to all of them. You know, this is a bit of democracy. Sometimes people agree and disagree with issues, you know, as it comes on the floor. Yeah, but the greater goal is that the issue of the country matters. That's the key thing.
Thank you. I mean, that's a more mature way to put it. You know, thank you so much. Let's go quickly to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, what say you? How do you react to the callers and our people?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm glad that many people argue or the say 1 or 2 words or the barrier issue, and they should have talked about one of the important issues that happened in Granjile, but they didn't look at it to be relevant. So that's their opinion. So I don't think I have any problem with that. So you see, people are saying that the barriers is symbolic and this and that. Yes, no problem. People can have a symbolic barriers, no problem. So I don't have no problem. But one thing that really caught my attention, I wanted also to talk about it today, but unfortunately, the time is not in our favor. That is the thing that happened to one of the judge, criminal court, a judge, they said that he survived from a net attack. I don't know if anybody got any idea on that, but we don't have the time for it. That was one of the important things that we could talk about, but the time not in our favor. But the calling of the people, the calling that the people made from about grand jury burial issue, that are people's opinion. Everybody can see things from different perspectives.
Thank you. Monk, what say you?
You know, that's it. You know what? The only thing I have to say here, no matter what the court says, or most of them that call here, it's not about a burial. It has nothing to do with a burial, whether it's a symbolic burial, whether it was dual body. We all know sometimes people remains can be retransferred or reburied, but we all know it was symbolic. The only one thing that I know after putting all the pieces together, I know this thing was highly politicized. And somebody is smelling rat in the water. They think they can take advantage of it, more especially the way how the country vote on the travel line and by region. They believe that this is a rift, or there is a rift between the former president and the Doe family, and someone is trying to take advantage of it. The one thing, I'm not here to come play quarterback for Yeke Koluba, but when you look at this thing and put the pieces together, like I said, it was the so-called evangelist that tried to politicize the thing. As a matter of fact, he exposed himself and he exposed the entire United Party based on the statement that he made. That what prompted Yeke to come out. The one thing I would tell Maiden Bly, when you fight for causes that are bigger than yourself, people will put their life on the line for you. You cannot tell all that Yeke play politics, because Yeke has shown that he has transcended politics, that he can even attack the very people that he brought to power. If Yeke, whose Chilean passport was seized by George Weah, can form or collaboration, or even say have a discussion and say, you know what, we are still opposition, it tells you a lot. I don't know if Bob Neke is capable of doing what Yeke have done on numerous occasions. This is why this particular tit for tat you wait against Yeke, you begin the ultimate loser. That's why you look very funny on video, because you politicize everything. I don't know whether you audition to Joseph Boaga, whether you want something from him, but the whole idea that you want to make this thing into a tit for tat between you and Yeke, no, you will never win that battle, because the Liberian people know for sure, like I said, whether it's about the constitutional issue, whether it's about political or economic issue, you cannot make the case against Yeke Koluba that he has been political. Unity Party here is the one that smell right in the water, that want to play politics, and Yeke was just calling them out. That's why I got a so-called evangelist mad. And by the end of the day, we can tell who's the winner in this one. We all seen it on live camera.
Thank you, Monk. Let me say this quickly to everyone. Folks, we'll give the last word to Milborn on this as he takes us home. Milborn being a Grenadian. You know, this is not only personal for Grenadians at this time as a county, but from our observation, what I've also noticed is I think the government overplayed a hand. The government should have been clear about this, whether this was I see some of you calling and talking about, oh, why you got to ask that question or whatever it is. Well, I don't think like you. My brain is thinking better than you, because guess what? I can eat 3 times a day. You got to beg politicians to eat. So my worries are less. So I can think about important things and ask important questions. Now, I'm not part of your slave mentality thing. Your United Party people, you already know what time it is. Don't get me started. Joseph Boaga wanted to issue on CDC. They made a whole thing look political. Tomorrow we'll talk a little in depth about what it means from an international standpoint. What does this mean? What it means from an international standpoint. But we'll also talk about some of the, like you said, today one of the judges for Hano criminal, whatever it is, quote, alleging that he survived or whatever attack or whatever it is. We'll talk about some of those things tomorrow. But on the other hand, also, I want to say this to all of us. The whole Doe business exposed a lot of things. Now you get a panel on a side vest with Doe children. But on a bigger picture, I see some of you getting vests. Oh, President, plenty children or whatever it is. We've told you before socially, this is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. In fact,
seriously, we told you. I saw so many children today. I was like, wow.
No, we told you before that this is a normal thing in our culture. Is acceptable. I want to stand with President Doe wherever he is. He was a big boy. I like the fact that he had many children. I support that. What the Bible says we should reproduce and fill the earth. What is that saying for? You see that the problem your anger now nowhere to go.
Genesis 1:27-28.
Why are you vexed with a man who is fulfilling God's promises to us? The man
multiply, replenish the earth, and have dominion, power.
If anything, y'all should be thankful. Solomon and who pass around and get different concubines and get plenty of children. You know Doe. I stay with Doe our big ball. I hope Joseph Bola get plenty of children also too. And I hope Joe we will get plenty of children. Look, I stay with any man I get plenty of children. I got no problem with you on that. In fact, you are doing God's work.
Well, Doe have a child by a woman from this country here they call Ethiopia.
You don't a big boy, man. Where you from?
Let me tell
you something. Local b-ball and international b-ball. Don't our b-ball. I don't worry about that. I'm supporting on that other venture.
Well, so Steve, quickly, Sam, I'm staying on, and some of that county. Let me just say to all of us, those of us that are here from the county that are going through all of these things. Indeed, I know that it's not easy, and that's the best thing to do. First of all, let me say thanks to all of the family members, the government, and all of you Liberians, at least for giving us the kind of a hope. But again, to those of you that call, isn't that every time you come on the show, you don't even understand, like Mr. Doe said yesterday. Look, moving forward now, I understand that some of you just common sense about something most of us, and that's the fact. And Mr. Doe said that yesterday. In everything that you come on the show, you must attack. You don't even understand anything. All you do is to attack. Whether they are saying the good, what they are saying, it makes sense. You don't care. All you care about is because you are United Party person. So nobody should even say anything negative. So you should attack.
No more, I beg you, Chief. Listen, I'm leaving, but please, before you close, please make sure you appreciate President Doe for fulfilling God's work and God's word. And we encourage all the president, especially the men, get as much children as you want. And I've seen you're not going to hell for that. In fact, you will be healed and you will be respected for that. And I can tell you, if I become president of Liberia, I can tell you that I will have many children. And I get problem with that one. I'm trying to go fulfill God's word, that bad thing. So I'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you so much, people. To all of you, before we come out here on tomorrow, thanks to all of you for the time. Thanks everyone for all of the for your participation, especially those of you that call in and those of you that try calling. Also, you didn't make it. Thanks to all of you. Good night from our end here in Liberia. And Johnson, maybe cool. I catch you. When I catch you, that will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God.